Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Reese number 524AN. This is a bump-up style threshold, a bit unusual where it has two rows of neoprene that's here. Okay, very durable neoprene double row. This will feature a latch track sort of profile back here, and we'll get to that more in a moment. The 524A is the aluminum profile of this, and that means that the profile itself is about 2 7/16. When you include the neoprene, you get down to about 2 3/4. When we add the A to the part number 524, when we add the A 524A, it'll tell you that it's in mill aluminum finish. If we change that for a D, it'll be a 524D, which will give you a dark bronze anodized finish. The N in the part number is neoprene. If you change that to S, you'll get silicone. If you change the 524A to a 523A, you'll get the aluminum piece without the inserts at all. Okay? Maybe you have an uneven flooring condition that you need to transition. That could work. The other dimension I didn't give you, forgive me, is 7/8 height. Now, where would you use this threshold? It is pretty unusual to use this, admittedly. However, you could have a condition where you have the steel frame went in, and then they did some floor prep. They may have put something into the floor like wires for radiant floor heat. They could have just poured concrete. They could have done tile work. They could have done something where the distance undercut from the bottom of the door to the top of the floor is no longer the standard dimension, and you literally can't fit anything underneath the door. But you need to seal it because it's exterior, maybe sound. You want to deaden the transfer of sound. You could, with great effect, use a piece of threshold like this where your door is going to seal up against the face of that neoprene. Okay, that'd be a typical application for it. You could have a door that's on the exterior of a building, and it could be an unusual exterior condition, like an alley, where you have no room to install a threshold whatsoever. Obviously, you're using something cut like this or shaped like this because you can't have a full threshold. The interesting thing about the 524 is this is just literally half of the extrusion. It's one of the parts of Reese's S498, which is a latch track insert thermal barrier, where this bottom row of neoprene would not be there, and it would have a thermoplastic insert, and then it would be a thermal break with the rest of the threshold out here. That's where this extrusion comes in. Now, the top and bottom raceways are not identical, but that bottom is just large enough to allow a reasonably easy installation of insert material down below. So basically, we pulled the thermoplastic out and then stuck another row of neoprene in there. It's kind of a, you're not going to find it in the Reese catalog. We just made this to suit a customer's requirement. And it works fine. Available on the site in everything from 2 foot to 8 foot lengths in 6 and 4 or 2 inch increments. You can have longer than 8 foot. We just don't list them because the cost to ship is generally prohibitive. But if you have need for 10 foot, 12 foot, 9 foot lengths, 13 and a half, whatever, we can do it. Let us know. If you have need for a custom length, by all means let us know by ordering the next longest piece or pieces and indicate in the comment field what length you'd like for us to cut the material back to. The reasoning is if this was the genuine article and it's just a sample, you'd have a hole drilled and countersunk about 4 inches from the end and then about 8 inch on center. If you had to take a 48 inch piece and cut it down to, say, 42 inch, you'll eliminate certainly that first countersink. Then you'll be stuck drilling a hole. You'll be stuck cutting it, drilling, and then countersinking a hole. And frankly, sometimes countersinking the hole is the trouble because you realize, I don't have a countersink or a drill bit large enough to act as a countersink. So if you want a custom length, just order the next longest piece. We'll be happy to provide it that way. Another reason I like the Reese model is because it has these grooves that are here, these almost serrations, I suppose, that when you install this down into the floor, and you do so with a very proper anchoring system, and I'm not talking plastic anchors. Think machine bolts and lead anchors. You drill a hole, you set that lead anchor down there, then you run a 1024 machine bolt down into it, and then you're going to make an exceptionally durable installation because thresholds take a lot of force. a lot of action this way, a lot of lateral action that will work over time to break that integrity of that anchor down in the floor. If you want to upgrade your fasteners, reach out to us. We'll be happy to sell you the additional parts needed to give you a much better installation. Because all that this is going to come with is probably some number 10 by 2-inch flat head sheet metal screws. So whatever you like. If you have need for a custom length, order the next longest piece. Give us the net length. We'll be happy to put that countersink at the proper distance from the edge and the proper center to center as well. Okay. I'm partial to Reese, and it's because they are a confluence of several exceptional facets: quality, value, technical support, customer service, prompt, reliable, industry-leading shipping times. The greatest looking dark bronze anodized on aluminum of any manufacturer of weather stripping I've ever seen, my personal opinion. And quite frankly, I will always use Reese without exception when I want the hardware to look just as good as the $2,000 exit device that's going on that door. If you have any questions on the Reese number 524AN threshold or any other Reese product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.